Did you ever have a prize student in one of your prepare and enrich classes?
Am I supposed to say you?
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Do you remember what happened? There was a really hot water dispenser, and Lindsay and I were sharing her mug of tea that had like those really tight tops. I went to go fill it up for her. She was like telling me to hurry up and get back in, and we always try to make each other laugh. And so I took the mug and acted like I was like just drinking it all, but the top was open. Dumped scalding hot water all down my face to the point where I had like burn marks that were in the drip pattern. I had to run to the bathroom. Lindsay had to go get a medical kit, and I left for like the rest of class because I was on fire. I had to go to like some Ready Care thing. Anyways,
I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, I probably had to block that out. So that was how mature I was when I took a class here. But it was a great class. What I remember pre-burns. So you obviously counsel people who have been married for 25, 30 years, right? What are some of the things that you feel like people who have been married that long are dealing with in that stage of life?
I think what happens in long-term marriages is sometimes the trajectories or patterns, you said, so to speak, your chickens come home to roost. You know, it's kind of like if you haven't taken care of your body and you get to be 60 years old and it's now falling apart.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you're going to see the consequences. The other side of the coin too is you'll see sometimes people starting to now work redemptively. You know, it's kind of like they're trying to make up for the years that they failed. Because usually in that time period your kids are gone.
Yeah.
And you've got a little bit more, hopefully, time in your hands. So, you know, sometimes you can see what it does is you can see a couple, they end up drifting now because they've lost the things that center them. Or you can see couples now starting to repair some of the things. And it ends up being, in some couples, sometimes the best years of their lives. And for others, it's kind of saddened because we kind of come to the end of the journey. And this isn't where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
So.
And so for the couples that are saying this isn't where we wanted to be, you really see it's because they developed pattern in their beginning years of marriage that they never tended to.
Usually what happens, yeah, is they didn't deal with things, or they haven't come to learn to just accept the other person. They're still trying to make the person into someone they weren't.
Yeah.
And, you know, ultimately you just got to deal with what you've got, accept people, because the more you try to change someone, the less likely are to accomplish what you tried to do.
Yeah. Do you think that's really like the big turning point for a lot of people when they finally go, this is the person that I married, this is who they are? Does that actually unlock fond feelings, do you think?
Well, I think it at least keeps people from endeavoring to do behaviors that are going to end up in frustration. And there's a lot in the research out there that now shows is that good marriages, they just learn to accept each other, and that the fact is we're going to be different, and finding ways to accommodate those differences, whether you think in terms of Myers-Briggs or you think in terms of any kind of style of doing things. Your style is not right. It's just your style, and you got to figure out a way of living with another person that has a different style.
Arranged marriages! I'm like, that was a good line. Now just keep your mouth shut, Joy.